I created a fake profile to see if my fiancée would cheat. She matched with me instantly and trash-talked her boring, broke boyfriend. I arranged a date. When she arrived dolled up, she found me and her parents waiting at the table. Original post. I, 29 male, proposed to my fiancée, 27, 8 months ago. We'd been together for 4 years. The wedding was set for next spring. Everything seemed perfect until about 6 weeks ago when her behavior changed. Late night texting. Phone always face down. Getting dressed up for girls' nights that happened 3 times a week. The classic signs, right? When I'd ask about it, she'd get defensive. God, you're so insecure. I'm allowed to have a life outside of you. Made me feel like the problem was me being paranoid. 2 weeks ago, I noticed she'd downloaded Tinder. When I asked why she had it on her phone, she said her friend wanted help with her profile and then got mad at me for going through her phone, even though I literally just saw the app icon. That's when I decided to test something. I created a fake profile using photos from a friend who moved overseas. Good-looking guy, built well, has that whole successful professional vibe. Made him a consultant who travels frequently, makes 6 figures, drives a BMW. Everything she'd been complaining I wasn't. See, money had become an issue lately. I make $68,000 as a project manager. Not rich, but comfortable. We split rent 50-50, lived within our means. But she'd been dropping hints about wanting a better lifestyle and how her coworker's boyfriend just bought her a Mercedes. I set the profile to her age range and area. Swiped right on her profile. We matched in literally 4 minutes. Her opening message. Finally, someone who looks like he has his life together, face-blowing kiss. My stomach dropped, but I kept going. Over the next 3 days, we texted constantly. She was thirsty, sending selfies, asking about my job, my car, my condo. Then she started talking about her situation. I'm technically engaged, but honestly, it's complicated. Fake me. Oh yeah? How so? He's just boring? Like he works this dead-end office job, and we never do anything fun because he's always worried about money. I'm only 27, you know? I want to actually live. Fake me. That sounds frustrating. It is. And don't even get me started on the bedroom situation. It's like being with a teenager who just discovered the internet. 0 experience, 0 effort. I had to put my phone down for a minute. For years together. I'd supported her through her career changes, her family drama, everything. And this is what she really thought of me. But got worse. Honestly, I'm only still with him because the wedding is already planned and my parents put down deposits. But like, if I met the right person before then, eyes. Fake me. What would you do? Probably break it off. Life's too short to settle. Plus his family is kind of trashy anyway. His mom still uses coupons at Restaurant Skull. My mom uses coupons because she's smart with money and raised 3 kids on a teacher's salary after my dad died. But sure, that's trashy. That's when I knew I had to do something big. Something that would make her face exactly what she was. I suggested meeting for dinner. Thursday night, 7 p.m., at this upscale Italian place she'd been wanting to go to, but I'd said was too expensive for a regular dinner. She said yes immediately. Then came the kicker. Finally a man who can afford to take me somewhere nice. I'm so tired of Olive Garden being his idea of romance. I screenshotted everything. Every message. Every selfie she sent. The comments about me, about my family, about our relationship. Then I called her parents. Her dad answered. We'd always gotten along well. He was a straight shooter type, ex-military, didn't tolerate nonsense. Hey, it's me. I need to talk to you and her mom about something important. Can you meet me Thursday at 7 p.m.? It's about your daughter. The concern in his voice was immediate. Is she okay? What's wrong? She's fine physically, but I found something out that you both need to see. Please trust me on this. It's important. He agreed. So did her mom when she got on the phone. I gave him the restaurant name and told him to get there by 6:45 p.m. Thursday came. I got to the restaurant at 6:30 p.m. Reserve a table for 4 under the fake profile name. Her parents showed up at 6:42 p.m., looking worried and confused. What's going on? Her mom asked. Just wait. Please. She'll be here in about 15 minutes, and everything will make sense. I showed them the Tinder profile. Explained what I'd done. Her dad's face went from confused to angry to disgusted as he read through the messages on my phone. Her mom kept saying no, she wouldn't, but I could see the realization hitting her. At 6:58 p.m., my fiancée walked in. She looked incredible. Hair professionally done. Makeup perfect. Wearing a dress I'd never seen before. Tight red number that probably cost $200. The expensive perfume she'd bought herself last month. Heels I knew she'd been saving for a special occasion. The hostess started to lead her to our table. I watched her face, all smiles and confidence, until she saw me. Then her parents. The smile dropped. Face went white. She actually stumbled in her heels. "Surprise," I said calmly. "Please have a seat." What is this?" Her voice was shaky. Her dad's voice was ice. "Sit down." She looked like she wanted to run, but the hostess was standing right there, confused, and there were people everywhere. She sat. "So," I said, pulling out my phone, "I'd like everyone to hear about my dead-end office job and how I'm like a teenager who just discovered the internet." Her mom gasped. "You didn't?" "Oh, she did." I started reading the messages out loud. Every single one. The other diners near us were definitely listening now. I didn't care. Her dad's jaw was clenched so tight, I thought his teeth would crack. "You said those things about him?" "About his mother." I didn't mean, it was just venting. Everyone complains about there. You were arranging to cheat on him." Her mom cut her off. "With a stranger, while wearing your engagement ring." My fiancé started crying. Not sad crying, angry crying. "This is entrapment. You catfished me. I gave you every opportunity to tell this guy you were happily engaged. Instead, you trashed me and offered to leave me for someone with a nicer car. You invaded my privacy." Her dad slammed his hand on the table. Not loud, but firm. "You were planning to cheat on him. Don't you dare make this about privacy." The waitress came over, clearly uncomfortable. "Is everything okay here?" "We won't be staying," I said, standing up. "I just needed to show these folks who their daughter really is." I looked at my fiancé. "We're done. The engagement is off. I'll pack your stuff, and you can pick it up this weekend." "You can't just." "Yes, I can. You were literally here to meet another man while engaged to me. In the eyes of anyone reasonable, this relationship ended the second you swiped right." I turned to her parents. "I'm sorry you had to see this. You've been nothing but kind to me, and you deserve to know the truth about who you raised." Her mom was crying. Her dad just looked disappointed, which somehow seemed worse. I left cash on the table for the inconvenience and walked out. Heard my fiancée sobbing behind me, her mom trying to console her, her dad saying something sharp I couldn't make out. My phone started blowing up before I even got to my car. Update 1. That night was insane. My phone wouldn't stop. Calls, texts, voicemails. From her. "How could you humiliate me like that? In public? You're a psychopath." From her mom. "I'm so sorry. I had no idea she was capable of this. You deserve better." From her dad. "You did the right thing, son. Tough way to find out, but better now than after the wedding." From her friends. "WTF did you do to her?" "She's devastated." I responded to her parents, thanking them for understanding. Ignored her and her friends. Blocked her number after she sent the 23rd text calling me everything from controlling to abusive for setting her up. Friday morning, I changed the locks. My lease, my apartment, my name only. She had a key, but was never officially on anything because she'd insisted on keeping her own place just in case, which now made a lot of sense. Started packing her stuff. Wasn't much, honestly. Some clothes, toiletries, the expensive coffee maker I'd bought her for her birthday. Found the dress she'd worn to our fake date stuffed in the back of the closet. Tag still on it. $240 at some boutique. I'd been eating at Olive Garden while she was buying $240 dresses for dates with strangers. Her best friend showed up Saturday morning unannounced. Pounded on my door at 9 a.m. "You need to talk to her. She's a mess. She's a mess because she got caught. You humiliated her. In front of her parents. That's abuse." I actually laughed. I showed her parents proof that she was cheating. That's called consequences. She wasn't cheating. You catfished her. That's illegal. Creating a dating profile isn't illegal. Matching with your engaged girlfriend and having her tell you she wants to leave you for someone richer isn't either. She was just venting. Girls talk. It doesn't mean anything. She agreed to meet him for dinner. While wearing the ring I bought her. While trashing me to a stranger. That's not venting. She called me some choice names and left. An hour later, I got a text from a number I didn't recognize. This is her brother. You're a piece of garbage for what you did. Real men don't set traps for their women. They communicate. I replied, real women don't go on Tinder while engaged and agree to cheat with the first guy who has a nice car. She communicated plenty with him. Maybe ask her why she didn't communicate those feelings with me. He responded with more insults. I blocked him too. Sunday afternoon, her dad called. She wants to get her stuff. I'll come with her to keep things civil. What time works? We agreed on 3 p.m. I had everything boxed up and stacked by the door. Her dad showed up with her and her mom. My ex-fiancée looked rough. No makeup, sweatpants, hair in a messy bun. She couldn't even look at me. Just grabbed boxes and started carrying them out. Her mom hugged me. Actually hugged me. I'm so sorry. We raised her better than this. You did fine. This isn't on you. Her dad shook my hand. For what it's worth, I think you handled this exactly right. A lot of guys would have just let it slide or try to work it out. You respected yourself enough to walk away. My ex-fiancée dropped a box. Are you kidding me right now? You're taking his side? Her dad's voice went hard. Yes, because he's the one who got cheated on and disrespected. You want sympathy? You should have thought about that before hopping on a dating app. I didn't actually cheat. You were planning to, her mom said. You told that man you'd leave your fiancé for him. What else do you call that? They loaded up her car in silence after that. Before they left, my ex tried one more time. I'm sorry, okay? I messed up, but we can fix this. We've been together 4 years. Doesn't that mean anything? It meant everything to me, I said, but clearly it didn't mean the same to you. You called me boring and broke to a stranger. Said my family was trashy. That our intimate life was terrible. You want to fix that? I was just trying to impress him. I didn't mean it, right? You lied to impress a stranger, but you're telling the truth to me now. Makes sense. Her dad guided her to the car. Let's go. You've done enough damage. As they drove off, I felt relieved. Not happy, not sad. Just relieved that it was over. Then Monday happened. Update 2. I want to work Monday morning feeling pretty good, all things considered. Dodged a bullet. Saved myself a divorce. Got to keep my dignity. Then my manager called me into his office at 10:30 a.m. Hey, so I got a weird call this morning. Someone claiming to be your ex-fiancée, saying you'd been harassing her, creating fake profiles to stalk her. My blood went cold. She said what? He held up his hand. Relax. I told her that what you do in your personal life is your business unless it affects your work, which it doesn't. She got upset and hung up. But heads up, she might try calling corporate. She's lying. I can show you everything if needed. Not necessary. Just letting you know she's trying something. 2 hours later, I got an email from the venue where we'd booked the wedding. They were concerned about allegations and wanted to discuss our contract. I called them immediately. Apparently, my ex had told them I was dangerous and controlling and that she'd been forced to get engaged to me. She wanted the deposits back, $3,200 total that I'd paid. That's completely false, I said. I have proof she was cheating, and that's why the engagement ended. She's trying to manipulate you. They were skeptical until I offered to send screenshots. 20 minutes later, they called back. We've reviewed everything. Your deposit will be refunded minus the cancellation fee. We're sorry for the confusion. $2,100 back. Not great, but better than nothing. Then came the social media thing. She'd posted on her Instagram, which I wasn't blocked from yet, a long post about emotional abuse and manipulation and men who can't handle strong women. No direct mention of names, but everyone knew. The comments were split. Her friends defending her, calling me trash. Some people asking for details. A few people who knew us both saying it sounded like there was more to the story. I didn't respond. Didn't post anything. Let her keep digging. Her best friend met me Tuesday morning. You need to fix this. She's falling apart. She lost her job. She lost her job? Her boss saw your little stunt at the restaurant. Someone we know works there. They told everyone at her office. Now she's taking time off because people keep asking about it. That's not my problem. She made her choices. You ruined her life over her being on an app. She ruined her own life by agreeing to cheat. I just made sure the right people knew the truth. The conversation went nowhere, but it made me realize her whole life was crumbling because people found out what she did. Not because I told everyone, I told her parents. She was the one who apparently made such a scene at the restaurant that people noticed and talked. Wednesday, I got a call from an unknown number. Answered it like an idiot. You think you're so smart, don't you? Her voice, venomous, setting me up like that, making me look bad in front of my parents. You made yourself look bad. I just provided the evidence. You're going to regret this. I'm going to make sure everyone knows what kind of person you really are. Go ahead. I've got screenshots of everything you said. You want to play the victim? I've got receipts. She hung up. 5 minutes later, my mom called. Honey, I just got a very strange Facebook message from her, saying you abused her and trapped her and she's scared of you. Mom, she's lying. I can send you everything. I did. My mom's response, what a nasty piece of work. Block her and move on. Thursday brought the lawyer threat. Her brother texted from yet another new number. My sister's lawyer is drafting a harassment suit against you. You're done. I forwarded it to a lawyer friend. He laughed. Harassment for what? Creating a dating profile? That's not illegal. Matching with someone on Tinder? Not illegal. She matched with him voluntarily and said all that stuff voluntarily. She has no case. I didn't respond to the brother. Friday morning, I woke up to an email from my landlord. Someone had filed a noise complaint about my apartment. Multiple complaints over the past week about late-night disturbances and aggressive behavior. I called him immediately. I live alone and work early. I'm in bed by 10 p.m. every night. This is fake. I figured, he said. The complaints came from the same email address, and the details were too vague. Someone's trying to mess with you. Want me to file a police report? Not yet, but document it in case it escalates. That afternoon, her dad called me. I need to apologize for my daughter's behavior. She's been unhinged since Sunday. The job thing, the calls, the complaints. That's all her. I appreciate you telling me. Her mother and I are cutting her off financially until she gets therapy and takes responsibility. She's been coddled too much and clearly can't handle consequences. I'm sorry you got dragged into this mess. Thank you for that. Honestly, you're a good man. You'll find someone who deserves you. Final update. It's been 5 weeks since the restaurant confrontation. Time to wrap this up because, honestly, I'm ready to move on completely. The harassment from her side finally stopped about 2 weeks ago when I sent a formal cease and desist letter through my lawyer friend. Cost me $400, but worth every penny. The letter outlined every fake complaint, every threatening message, every attempt to sabotage my life. It included screenshots of her admitting to the fake noise complaints in an angry text to her friend that got forwarded to me. Radio silence after that. The wedding venue refunded me $2,100. I also got back $800 from the photographer deposit after explaining the situation. Total recovery. $2,900 of the $6,300 I'd spent on wedding stuff. Not ideal, but I'll take it. The engagement ring situation was messy, I'd spent $4,200 on it. Looked into whether I could get it back legally. Turns out in my state, if the engagement ends due to the recipient's fault, the ring goes back to the giver. I had proof of her cheating attempt, so my lawyer sent a letter demanding its return. She fought at first. Then her parents got involved. Her dad apparently told her, give him the ring or find somewhere else to live. She returned it 3 weeks ago, left it with her dad who met me for coffee and handed it over. How's she doing? I asked, not because I cared romantically, but because I'm not a monster. Therapy twice a week. Living at home. Working part-time retail while she figures things out. She's humbled, finally admitting she screwed up, though she still thinks you went too far. I gave her exactly what she was looking for, just not the version she expected. He smiled. That you did. I sold the ring to a jeweler for $3,200. Less than I paid, but enough to cover most of my losses. Work has been fine. The corporate complaint never materialized, probably because she realized she had no case. My manager knew the truth, which helped. My mom framed one of her angry texts where she called my mom low class for using coupons and hung it in her kitchen. Says it reminds her why she likes being practical and why entitled people fail. The apartment feels different now. Bigger. Quieter. I got rid of that coffee maker she left, donated it. Rearranged the living room. Made it mine again. Some of her friends still think I'm the bad guy. That's fine. They weren't my friends anyway. The mutual friends who matter reached out privately. Said they'd heard both sides and understood why I did what I did. A few even admitted she'd been complaining about me for months to them. Always about money, about how I wasn't ambitious enough, how she deserved better. They'd thought it was just regular relationship stress. Now, they realized she'd been checked out for a while. Tried dating apps for about a week, then deleted them. The irony wasn't lost on me. Maybe in a few months when this isn't so fresh. Had coffee with her dad one more time last week. He wanted to make sure I was doing okay. You handled this with more grace than I would have at your age, he said. Most guys would have made a scene, posted everything online, tried to really destroy her. You just showed the truth to the people who needed to know it. I didn't want to destroy her. I just wanted out without being made to feel crazy for having standards. Well, you got out. And for what it's worth, she knows she lost a good man. That's punishment enough. Is it though? I mean, she's dealing with consequences, sure. Living at home, working retail, going to therapy. But she still thinks I went too far by creating the fake profile instead of owning that she's the one who matched with a stranger and agreed to cheat. That's the thing about entitled people. They can face consequences and still not really get it. Still make themselves the victim somehow. But that's not my problem anymore. I'm sleeping fine, working out more, saving money without someone judging me for not spending it on expensive restaurants. My mom and I got dinner at Olive Garden last week, and she used a coupon. We laughed about it. It was nice. The ring money is going into a vacation fund. Thinking about going overseas next year. Somewhere I've always wanted to go, but she said was boring because it wasn't a beach resort. Someone at work asked me the other day if I regretted how I handled it. If I wished I'd just confronted her privately instead of involving her parents. Honestly, no. If I confronted her privately, she would have cried, apologized, sworn it meant nothing, promised to delete the app. I probably would have believed her because I wanted to. We'd have gone to couples therapy. I'd have proposed getting married sooner to prove my commitment. And 2 years later, I'd be discovering a burner phone and divorce would cost me 10 times what this cost me. Her parents seeing exactly who she was? That was necessary. They needed to know. And her dad told me later that if I hadn't shown them, they'd have kept enabling her entitled behavior for years. So maybe I did them a favor too. The phrase dodged a bullet doesn't really cover it. I dodged a whole relationship that would have slowly destroyed my self-worth while I paid for the privilege. She wanted someone ambitious with money who'd fund her lifestyle. Hope she finds him. Hope he makes her sign a prenup. Me? I'm good. Really good. Not revenge, successful good, or haha, she got what she deserved good. Just peaceful. The kind of peace that comes from knowing you respected yourself enough to walk away from someone who didn't respect you at all. And honestly, that's worth more than any wedding could have been. 2. Anyone reading this who's questioning their gut feeling about their partner. Trust it. If something feels off, it probably is. Don't set traps like I did unless you're absolutely ready for what you might find. But also don't ignore red flags because you've already invested time and money. For years, felt like a lot to walk away from. But 40 years with someone who called you boring and broke to strangers would have been worse. She texted me one last time 2 days ago from a new number. Just, I really am sorry. I hope you can forgive me someday. I didn't respond. Not because I'm angry. Just because there's nothing left to say. We're done. She knows why. And that's enough.